Get ready for the show that is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and maybe something that'll offend the hell out of you. It's the C&D No Bull Show, the show that discusses everything from politics to racing, breaking the issues down to terms even a prima donna can understand. So keep that Tylenol handy. Here are your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Dock.
There we are.
What's happening?
Well, congratulations to you.
Well, to me, why?
Because you could win $1 million.
I could win. I'm one of 5 people that could win. First off, before we jump in, we're biting at the chomp. I want to thank all our veterans. I don't want to ever forget that. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do broadcasts like this, do the things we love, and everything about this country. Want to thank our military serving overseas and homeland, protecting the freedoms. Our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors and nurses through all this, and of course tow truck drivers. Keep swinging out.
It's true. And I told
you know, I joke about that, but in all seriousness, boy, they bail your ass out of bad situations sometimes.
That's right.
So, yes, Doug.
Before we go,
I think I'm in a drawing.
You think you're in a what?
Okay. I'm in a drawing.
Oh, hold on before you go there. This is going to be a little different tonight because I'm working off of a laptop because my computer decided that it was just going to give me 2 black screens. So this is what I normally look like. I don't have the camera that can make me look any better.
Shit, I need that camera.
But here we go.
Yes. Am I in the drawing? I'm not quite sure.
If you are
I'm vaccinated.
Fully?
Yes.
Then you are in the drawing for one of $5 million giveaways.
Giving $1 million away 5 times.
Yes.
But don't stop there, people.
Right.
We're giving
There's more.
There's more. There's more with the Mike DeWine show. They're giving 5 scholarships away. What we call this back in the day is fucking bribery. Bribery.
Oh.
Extortion, inappropriate use of funds, name your pick. Now they're saying, well, this is money that was sent from the federal government to the states, COVID money.
For COVID.
This isn't for COVID. This is for a vaccine. Am I allowed to say that? Or is the YouTube? Oh, there goes the sirens. Woo, woo.
He said vaccine.
He said vaccine. They're giving medical misinformation again. Oh, my God. I watch under this video be tagged, that vaccine tag. Ooh.
One of your posts got tagged with something about
Yeah, I know, because I said vaccine or something. I don't even know. But how can you say? How can you say this isn't a bribe or misappropriation of funds? I don't give a shit if it's COVID money from federal government or not.
Even if it is, and that is correct, the scholarship funding was not part of the COVID package.
No, it's not. But they're going to try to say, well, that's so the younger generation will get, that shot. I don't want to say the word. Set off the creeps that are following us here, YouTube and Facebook, but the fact checkers. Well, it doesn't matter. Here, if you're on the fence, of going and getting it or not, if you're on the fence, they're making it sound glorious. We're having 5 drawings of $1 million that we're giving away of everybody that's. My question is this: how the hell they get my name?
Well, that was easy enough.
How do they get my name for a drawing when there's all kinds of HIPAA laws out there? So Mike DeWine can just go in and pull my name out of medical information. Then, if I do win that drawing, everybody knows I'm vaccinated in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, unfortunately, they will.
Yeah, but I mean, I ain't afraid to say it. I don't know if I made a good choice or not, but I'm not afraid to say it. But, I have been. But my point is this $5 million, which actually is going to be probably about 8 million, Doug, 9 million, because of them scholarships. This money was for COVID. How many small businesses are in a drawing?
That's where I was headed. What wouldn't it have been better that for every so many people get vaccinated, we're donating $100,000 to this small business or this county or something that really needs it, somebody that really, really needs it.
Here, better idea. What you're on to is you want to do a drawing. Okay, they pick my name. Break down the 5 million to 100,000 segments. They pick my name. Okay, what small business in Erie County would you like to give this to?
Right. Or,
yeah. What, and
I agree with that.
I mean,
maybe.
I mean, we've all been hit.
We would do that.
In this whole thing, we've all been hit. It's been trying. But nobody's been hit worse than the small businesses. Well, now, we go from a pandemic where the damn government shuts them down. Well, Walmart, Home Depot, and all them can stay open. Dean's on here, Dean Henry. People like him, they had to fight tooth and nail all these restrictions in their small business. And then, well, we're gonna open you up a little. We're gonna this, we're gonna that. So then what we turn around and do is federal government hands out more money now, 300 extra a week, this, that, and the other. And if you break it down in the state of Ohio, if you're on unemployment right now, you're making anywhere from 17, what was it, Doug?
17 to $21 an hour.
Yeah. So our small businesses, once again, are suffering because guess what? Nobody's going to go to work right now because they're making more money sitting at home.
We'll talk about that and
we'll go into that. But so we went from last year's shit to this year's shit to the pipeline shut down, and 3 days later we had gas line shortages, and how do we do that is beyond me, but whatever. Now we got a governor that's
well, let me ask you something, and I've said this numerous times. In business, I've always learned that you most of the time will not go wrong if you're fair and consistent across the board.
There ain't nothing fair and consistent about our government.
Wait. What about the people who cannot receive the vaccine?
I know 2 of them right now. Right offhand, I know 2 people. I'm not going to name their names. If I know one might be watching, if he wants to say so, that's fine with him. But medically, not by choice, medically, because of different things that have happened or medications they've been using or what have you, they cannot receive the vaccine. They're told that you cannot receive the vaccine, whatever.
Right.
Don't they have a lawsuit of discrimination right now? They don't have a choice whether they can take it or not. Can they mail in? It's just same as on these things. You don't have to buy the product, but if you send your name in, you're in the drawing.
Right.
Is anybody asking Governor DeWine this?
Nobody has asked him that yet, that I know of.
Or is he just avoiding that question?
He just decides what he wants to answer and what he doesn't.
Here's a better question. You ever see, I got to watch how I do that. there's a, I can't even sing a song or them assholes will yank us off. Sprinkles. Virus is gone. We can open, just sprinkles. The virus is gone. We can open up June 2nd. No restrictions. What? So you're telling me our numbers haven't really changed, Doug?
Right.
I mean, what did mysteriously tomorrow when they come out, the numbers we're going to be at 100?
No. No.
We have a governor.
We still got problems
with you.
No. I'm going to actually end up closing this out and moving over to the other one.
Oh, you got it up now?
Yeah. Oh, shit. This is bad.
The aliens are among us. Doug started talking shit. Look, the aliens come and seen him. He's about ready to pop back up on.
Oh, okay, there we go. Let me get you switched. All right, I feel so much better. I can now.
Man, you are so OCD, man.
Thank you.
Jeez, oh Pete.
It's OCD.
It's OCD, man. Anyways, so here, I didn't say this. Governor DeWine said, if you're fully vaccinated, you can go without a mask, no social distancing, because you can't spread or catch the virus. I got a background feed on you.
Got a what?
Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what DeWine said? He said that the other day. If you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks, social distance, because you're vaccinated and you won't spread or catch the virus.
Yeah.
That's what he said. We did. Hold on. YouTube and Facebook, little peepers that are watching and are going to watch this and then send us all kinds of bullshit warnings and the whole night. We didn't say that. Fact check what Mike DeWine said, not us.
Right.
We're repeating what he said.
Also, when it comes to the mask, which is even changing today, believe it or not. But
why wouldn't it?
But both the president and DeWine used the same exact wording, and it is, if you are fully vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask inside or outside. If you are not, you should continue to wear a mask. Now, should makes me say I can do whatever I want. I should.
I don't get it. It's proven fact. It's proven fact. Fact check this, assholes that are watching us behind the scenes. It's proven fact. And we've been told, I shouldn't say it's a proven fact, we've been told by our government, by our so-called scientists, doctors, you can still catch a virus and spread the virus even though you've been vaccinated.
Yes.
Is that not what we've been told? Let me put that as in question form so nobody can say I'm mis medical information here. Is that not what we've been told?
And for those of you just joining, YouTube does not think we should give out medical information.
I'm not giving, I'm asking a question.
I know, but that's why we're doing that.
Let me rephrase it all.
We've been banned.
We've been smacked in the ass. We've been more than smacked in the ass. I got a finger up the ass and didn't even get a reach around from them. But so my question is this: have we not been told a month to 2 months ago that you have to continue wearing your mask if you've been vaccinated because the shot does not prevent you from catching COVID or spreading COVID? It just lessens the symptoms, is my question, if we were told that, Doug.
The question is yes. The answer is yes.
Now, here we go with the sprinkles again. Well, that's all over with, too. You ever wonder if they're trying to pull some shit? in Washington, getting ready to slide something through.
I was listening to something on the way home last night, and they were talking about that all the theories and conspiracies and rumors that it could be, but remember the whole world was involved.
I'm not saying this shit isn't real.
And I did some research, by the way.
I'm not saying it isn't real. I ain't saying that the slightest bit. What I'm saying is how do we go from red alert to green light? Oh, it's all good, folks.
Yeah,
It's over.
everything's good. You come to the park.
Come on in, folks. Wally World's open. I mean, I'm seriously. But I have to wonder if DeWine's saying this shit in public. But now, is the local health department's going to come down and say, "Hey, listen, we still can't let you do. We can't this. We can't that." Is this going to be another? It's up to your local health department from the governor, and then when local health department says, "Yeah, okay," he goes, "No, they're not." First-hand experience there. So do we agree it's bribery?
That what?
This let's give $5 million away and $1 million.
No, they're gonna have to. It's tax money. They're gonna have to say where it went. It's public.
Next question, Doug. Any kind of funds like that distributed, does it or does it not have to go through Congress and Senate approval?
I thought so, especially when you're going to blow $5 million plus.
We're going to find out next week. I guarantee you that.
The first one, the first one should be good. And I do not know how they're doing this drawing, where they're getting the information, how they're going to do it. I don't know. And just to answer this here, yes, he is lifting all the health regulations on June 2nd. The mask he just said we're going to go with what the CDC said. He said that Thursday or Friday. But the social distancing and all that kind of stuff, out the window.
Out the window. Don't need it no more.
Right. It's all gone.
Our numbers have flattened at 1,400 a day. We shut the state down and all the small business down at 400 a day. But
right.
Hey, at 1,400 a day now, we can open back up. It's all good.
And here's another question I'm not sure about. I would think you do pay tax on that because that's winnings. That's not like a stimulus or something like that.
Why would you have to pay taxes on it?
Because it's a gift. It's a gift of giving.
So with Joe Biden's plan, I see how it is. Joe Biden's tax law is going to go in here real quick in the middle of the night, and you're going to go, "I want $1 million," and get a check for 580.
Right. Here's another good one.
I don't know. I can't read it. Man, my glasses ain't working. My eyes ain't working. I got $1 million in my head, though.
Yeah, he said that he thought he heard them say your name earlier this week.
I hope.
Listen, so let's talk a little bit. I don't know what else we could say until actually after this first drawing, just to see how it goes.
What should we say as taxpayers of Ohio is no.
Well, no. Yes, I agree with that.
Why aren't we fighting this, standing up, saying, "You want to do good with this money? Why are you doing this when all these small businesses suffered?" Sorry about that, people. Suffered through this whole thing. Some of them are still hurting, may not ever recover, and have to close, file bankruptcy. A lot of them closed. And you're going to do this instead of putting that money, using it wisely like it should be? It's a bunch of bullshit. Why? And once again, you got a lot of people going, "Oh, I got my vaccine. I'm going to get $1 million maybe. You got one in 2.3 million chance of getting $1 million. I got more of a chance of Cindy Crawford walking in my garage right now and saying, "Hey, buddy, it's been a long time. I've been wanting to meet you. We say we go upstairs." So I'm done. I'm done, Cindy. Thank you. I got more of a chance of that happening than winning it. And
Right.
how did they get my name? It's private information.
Well, and maybe the Ohio Health Department has it, and they're just gonna do their thing behind the scene and give him your name.
Then they're breaking the fucking HIPAA laws themselves. The health department and doctors is separate from government, legislation government, which is Mike DeWine. He cannot receive that information just because he's the goddamn governor. He's not a doctor. He's not a health official. He's not my doctor.
Well,
how can they do that?
Here, and I was reading up on this, and I did not get all the way through it, so I'm not going to throw anything out there that I'm not 100% sure of, but I'm 90% sure of that your employer can ask you to show that you are vaccinated. Anybody can.
Hey, 90, that's 100%.
What?
Bullshit. What do you mean anybody can ask you if you've been
Anybody
vaccinated?
can ask. I can ask you, and you can say, I'm not going to let you know. Whatever I was going to do with that information, then obviously it's stopped. But an employer can say, I need to see your vaccination card. And they go into, just like when you went into school, they want to make sure you have all your shots and stuff up to date. And if you're going to be a hospital worker, are all your shots up to date? Same thing with this. Now employers can ask you to show proof that you are vaccinated.
And that's a shock, right? That's a shock to everybody right now.
Yeah.
If you go back February, pretty damn sure we put that up. They're going to do. Pay attention.
Right.
I'm almost positive on a show we put that up.
And we also said that your employer can mandate that you be vaccinated
or terminated.
Yep.
At the same time, we put up that the government passed laws, or whatever you want to call it, that I don't know if it's executive order or if it had to be an order. You cannot sue the government, Johnson & Johnson,
right,
Moderna, or Pfizer if you have any reaction to the shot,
right,
or even death. You cannot sue the manufacturer. But we were getting stimulus money and going and buying big screen TVs, Doug.
Well,
we're such a smart country,
right? And I, when I was in radio, whenever we did any kind of promotion or giveaway, the list of rules, I guess, is for lack of better words, rules had to have been somewhere so people can read them. Where are they here? What happens if they give it to, like Donald said, a dead person? What happens? What happens then?
Well, he voted probably.
Yeah, but that money's sitting there somewhere.
Well, it's sitting there and they're going to go, oh, shit. It's one of our voters. Let's just let it go away here.
Right.
And go down there and get Jim Bob, pay him $100,000 to go and act like that guy.
And how is it open to every citizen to be fair and consistent when you got people who cannot take the vaccine for whatever reason?
I'd be filing a lawsuit right now.
Why not?
I'd already talked to a lawyer because I took it. I'm not one of them people. If I'm one of them people that cannot get it because of medical reasons whatsoever, whatever the case may be medically, and you're told by your doctor you cannot receive this, and I'm not in the drawing, I'm suing.
So just because you're in a drawing, you're not going to sue.
I can't sue.
It's
I'm
because
not in that. I'm
drawing.
not in that class of people.
Just so since you're in there, you don't care because you could win.
What do you want me to do? File a class action lawsuit right now?
Yep.
I'm really thinking about filing one against them, canceling everything.
We'll get into that.
All right. Well, that's another topic of the show, huh?
We'll get into it. But for those of you who don't know, we talk a lot about the Bilderberg group. I found a list of everybody that's on the Bilderberg group, and I don't think it's been updated since 2016. And a lot of these people are dead now, but just some names to.
Did they know Hillary?
To think Hillary Clinton's on there, Bill Clinton's on there, Condoleezza Rice is on there, George Shultz, remember him, Secretary of State. Lindsey Graham, Bill Clinton, Rick
Linda
Perry.
Gates.
Huh?
Linda Gates.
Well, she's not mentioned on there. Bill is. She's not. But like I said, this thing's kind of, and this is Wikipedia actually, so it can be off. But I'm going to put the link in there, and you can all have fun looking at the names. And they broke it down by political people, academic people, media, and business people. And financial institution across the world, yes. Belgium, United Kingdom, Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Canada, France. Everybody's involved in it except
a lot of people. There's people watch this show.
Yeah.
That thought we were quacks when we started talking about this months ago.
The Bilderberg group.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they started researching it. They're going, dude.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that guy's comment.
Doug, did I tell you the Ohio citizens are getting bribed?
With what?
Just,
So take vaccine, take the bribe.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the guy that's actually running this thing he said people think that we're out to make like a new world order, one government. And he said, that's not true, but it's not. I gotta find it.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Right.
But I know the answer. One of them. That's not true, but it's not false.
Right. That's kind of how he said it. Just like, no, that's not what we were formed for, but we'll get there.
That's not what we were formed for, but that's what we're trying for now.
Right. Now we are.
I mean, it was formed in the 50s.
Yeah. Yes.
58.
54.
54.
And then it lay dormant for a long, long time. And then in the 2000s, it started getting active again.
Oh, there you go.
I wonder why.
Let's move off the bribery.
All right.
And Mike DeWine should be criminally investigated over this.
All right. Well, call your representative.
Hey, there was a lawsuit that took place a while back. Remember we talked about it?
Yes.
The restaurants and all them. And a judge, I think it was Ohio Supreme Court, said, what was it? You have to lift these orders. It's unconstitutional, whatever. Gave him 90 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I cannot find that.
Oh, you're not gonna probably now. The media ain't gonna have it up. But remember when all that went down?
Yeah, about 90 days ago.
Nah, June 4th is 90 days ago.
Oh, well, heck, we don't have nothing to worry about.
Because June 2nd, he's lifting them.
We're all free.
Yeah, he's sitting down there in Columbus going, you know what? I'm going to throw a lifeline for my political career. June 2nd, everything's opened up. On June 4th, I believe he would have had to done the same thing.
Speaking of that, The CDC came out today, or not today, last week, and said that if you are fully vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask inside or out. If you aren't, you should still continue to wear a mask. Do you think they made that decision? Or do you think our government made that decision?
You know,
CDC, not the World Health Organization, the CDC just belongs to us.
uh,
Or do you think that our government went over and said, come on, guys, it's time. We need some good news to put out here because we're getting slammed from the border crisis to civil unrest to gas prices going up to the country getting attacked by hackers.
and we just sit there and go, But I think the government? I think they're all hand in hand. Tell you the truth, I think they're all hand in hand. The CDC, when Trump went over and asked them, they shut them right down. You're a wacko. You're a wacko.
Right.
But do I think? I don't know. CDC, I haven't trusted them, Doug. This shit started beginning of March last year, 2020. We're watching them. We both started questioning things. The CDC would come out with one thing one day, 5 days later, contradict what they said 5 days ago. And that shit started going with the numbers. And it's just like when they put the numbers up of COVID related deaths. Okay. When you seen them numbers, they put up COVID related pneumonia with COVID-19 relation, influenza A, COVID, heart attack, da, 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 da. And you look at the actual COVID-19 only numbers, and all the numbers were
whacked out. Yeah,
whacked out. That's when I started. And then, we're getting so many reported. Well, that wasn't right. We never got a true number. And then they put their Common Core math to this, and it just never added up. And then we started being lied to as a people. I don't give a shit what anybody says. We were lied to. Is COVID real? You goddamn right it's real. Will it take you out? Yeah. So will influenza A. So will pneumonia. So, I'm not saying it's not bad. It's bad. But we were lied to. They made them numbers adjust to what they were doing in this country. And they had to justify them numbers to what they were doing. And so, no, I don't trust the CDC and anything they say. I do not trust anything that comes out of the CDC.
Or Biden.
Or Biden. And me personally. I'm not telling you people to. Lord forbid we'll get show yanked.
There could be somebody that actually voted for him watching us.
Me personally, I don't trust CDC. I don't trust Biden. I don't trust Capitol Hill right now. And we got more troops guarding Capitol Hill than we got in the Middle East. There's an issue coming down the line.
I found out that Joe Biden is smarter than a fifth grader. And we all got blindsided by this. And I don't know why. You're only going to hear it here. You're not going to hear it from the mainstream media or nothing. You're not going to hear it. You're only going to hear it here. And then in a couple months, we're going to be talking about it. And then we're going to say, a couple months ago, we told you this. What was one of his things that he harped on about pay for employees? It should be
minimum wage, $15 an hour.
Okay. When you go by all these places, even McDonald's, I went by one that was $12 an hour.
Arby's $12.50.
$12.50, $13. Some are paying $15. He got his way, and that's why he's saying that the $300 is not a problem. It's not keeping people at home, because he knows it is, and that they're going to raise their rates to get people out there. And he got it. He got what he wanted.
That's what I said. I think I went off a little bit on that last week. He's going to get his 15 an hour no matter what.
Yep.
He don't give a
Yep.
shit.
Yep. It's
He's going to get
here.
it.
It's now. It's now. It's happening.
And he's going to keep paying this money out. Well, the states got smart. What is there? 17 states now that said 18 states said keep your money. DeWine did it because he's throwing a lifeline out politically again, But 18 states, all 18 states are red. Here we go with Mark Reid. He's a liberal. Mark, there's one. You voted for Trump, correct? I mean Biden. Come on and tell us what he's done.
Yeah. Yeah. I will put the link in there, and we would gladly have you on.
Yeah. I'd love to have you on and tell us what Biden's done. What he has done. I'd love to hear that. And if you remember, Nancy Pelosi on all them stimulus monies was bitching it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. Back then.
Exactly. You're right. 600, and he did do that. And I think that after he did it,
how long did that 600 last?
I think right to the middle of summer.
July?
Somewhere in July, August.
When did it go in effect? May? May, right?
I think so. He didn't vote for him.
3 months. 3 months. We're on how long now? And Biden and them just extended it till September. Here's a better question, Mark. I know you didn't like Trump. Whatever. Here's a better question. Let's just say you're working, making $12.50 an hour. Okay. This 15 an hour kicks in, goes into effect. You make 15 an hour now, and the person hiring in makes 15 an hour, and you've been at that company 5 years. Do you feel that's right? You get no reward for being. And Mark Reid's worked every day. I know I'm pretty sure he didn't get laid off. Might have, I don't know. But where is the reward? Not me, because I make over 15 an hour. Indian operator. Not a lot of people that watch this, they all make over that, whatever. But where's the reward? I want to know this. Where's the reward when I pull up to McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, any of these places? I go to Roadhouse or whatever. They were closed, so I'll say McDonald's and all them because they were allowed to stay open because they were essential. Remember, Doug? Where's the reward for that poor lady or man, boy, whatever you want to call it? Where is the reward for them that worked all through this and is working now, knowing that they're making less a week than if they'd have took the layoff or quit because of fear of COVID and made more money than staying working? Where's the reward to these people, Doug? That's what I'm asking. That's my question. The people that didn't do it, stayed working, knowing they were making less money, you know what they're getting? They're getting a kick in the nuts, too. That's all. They're getting nothing. Where's the reward? Where's the reward to the nurses, doctors, the firefighters, and the police that had to deal with this one-on-one every day since it started? One-on-one. Knowing they were going to call, the firefighters, the paramedics, the doctors, nurses, listen, all the way down to the custodians at the hospital, the cooks at the hospital, the people over at the veterans homes, these people, knowing they were coming in contact probably with this every day. Where's their reward?
And it's not a Trump or Biden issue here. It's our government.
It's a goddamn government issue.
Our government, like our Ohio government's going to spend $5 million giving it to people to get vaccinated. Why wouldn't we put that out for people who stayed working? Somehow figure that out.
In the nursing homes and in different places. These people confronted it every day. I'm going to front her out because I know this to be a fact. Ashley Jaycox, Kevy Jaycox's wife. Remember, last year she was working in a nursing home, Doug. She tested positive. She didn't get to go sit home 14 days and get paid. No, what they told her is mask up and everything, and you're working a COVID wing.
Yeah. They got essential award.
Yeah. Well, in today's world, we're all going to get an award, Joe. We all deserve an award. We're going to get one. But they made her go work the COVID wing, the patients with COVID. I don't know if that's out in the media, Doug. Media ain't going to cover that. We took a lot of people in these situations that come down tested positive for COVID, and the setting that they were in, well, you're not going home 14 days. You're going over here and work the COVID wing where they all got COVID too, because you got it. And, you know, the CDC said this week, once you get it, you're not going to get it again, which that went out the wayside real quick. Then they said, well, you got 90 days. That went out to.
And go back to the comment, our buddy gave $600. He did. And Biden gave 300. But everybody's pushing back now, saying this isn't working. This isn't working. I don't think they did it when Trump was there. Actually, they said that it wasn't enough. Mark's right. Pelosi said that's breadcrumbs. So if all these states, 18 of them now, and I'm sure it's going to climb, are pushing back, saying that it's hurting the economy. He's so slow to react to anything. This guy. Even the pipeline, how long did it take him before he really said anything about it?
A couple of days.
He should have been on within hours after that happening, letting the people know what's going on, what's being done, and how it's going to end.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This 300 started in February, correct?
I don't know. I'm
pretty sure it started in February. Somebody on here correct me if you know. Because I'm sure YouTube and Facebook will correct me.
Yeah.
February, March, April, May. We're 4 months on it. It's extended now till September. June, July, August, September, October. No, you got 8 months. 8 months. Now, yes, he did give that out. At that time, this whole country was shut down. Businesses were closed. Drive down Perkins Avenue, drive down Route 250 in Sandusky, you know, and around by the mall and that. Every place you drive by, help wanted, help wanted, help. They're open.
Look, last night,
yeah,
the owner of the business is working, and this guy looked beat.
I put it out there. It was Diana's Deli in Sandusky. We go in there every Saturday after we get done racing. The owner's in there at 11 o'clock at night. Beat. He's been there since what time did he say? 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
He's got people that have been there for 14 hours. That one girl that was answering the phone said she was supposed to go home, 4 hours ago or whatever, and she won't know when because they have no help.
And he said that one of his people who called off received $1,400 stimulus recently, and I don't know how or what all that was about, but just received it. So they called off. He said, I'm thinking about just closing the second shift. He calls it second shift for whatever reason. But I guess after 10 o'clock, it's second shift.
Yeah, Cedar Point's opened. And Mark, I like Mark Reid. We've disagreed on things, politically. So, but to Mark Reid, if the businesses were closed, and a lot of them were closed like last year, you'd never hear me saying a word about this $300, not one word. I wouldn't say anything about it because it would be deserved if the businesses were closed. But now they're open and we're still giving us money. And we have such a labor shortage in this country right now. And I'll revert to racing again. I'll revert to racing again. I know of 7 cars right now, Doug. Didn't I go through them last night? I don't know if I did with you or somebody. 7 cars right now. They want to be at the racetrack Saturday night, but guess what? They can't be there because guess why? They can't get the parts for their cars, and it's been over a month.
Because the barge is stuck in the mud.
The barge's stuck in the mud. We don't have delivery drivers. We don't. Guess what? We got a shortage of people that'll go manufacture it. We got
Shipped.
a tire company in racing up their prices. We can't. They're not getting tires out there quick enough because guess what? They don't have the people working the production line. We're open. We're running. No, I don't agree with it being. If we were closed like we were last year, this subject, I'd be behind it. I'd be behind it.
And Donald, yes, that's correct. DeWine said on the 26th that he's cutting that $300, and that's okay. He gave them enough time to know it's coming. So if anybody's on it and they're dependent upon it, they've got between now and then to get a job that pays whatever.
As far as I'm concerned, with as many help wanted signs are up and no restrictions, everything being lifted on a second, it should end the second.
Yeah, on the second.
On the second, it should end. We're involved in a business that has customers that come in and that questions come up, and we don't own the place, but we do a lot of management of the place. If I'm fully vaccinated, you're saying I got to wear a mask down in this area, do I have to wear that? Yes. As of now, yes, because it was against our principle to ask you if you've been vaccinated. It's not my business. It's not a company's business if you've been vaccinated. You're going to see this debate took place on Facebook, Doug. Well, June 2nd, we don't have to wear masks in stores no more. Well, if that sign on the store stays up that you have to have a mask to enter this business, you do have to wear that mask in that business. Period. Well, no, the government said the government don't own the goddamn business. It's a private business.
Yeah.
And as a private business, you can make that decision on your own.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, don't think that everything's lifted and you don't have to wear a mask to Kroger's or Myers or TSC, Home Depot, Menards. Menards already stated that they're going to continue with the mask order, I believe.
Who is Menards?
Menards, yes. So
Walmart dropped it.
But I mean, so as of June 3rd, when you come up June 3rd and you walk up to the door, it says you must have a mask entering this, don't get pissed off. Say they're breaking my rights. It's a private business, and private businesses can do what the hell they want and refuse business to anybody. Period. Unless you're a cake baker in Ashland, Ohio. Then was it Ashland?
Well, what was that?
Yeah, the guy that refused to make the cake for 2 gay men that wanted to get married.
Right. Yeah.
Unless you're him, then you can't refuse business to whoever you want as a private business. It is what it is. I mean, mark my words. Behind the scenes, the local health departments are going to have some orders that they're still going to have to abide by. King DeWine down there is going to be looking like he saved the state. And trust me, we've seen this shit. When he sits there and says on his press conferences that he has way too many of that, I don't even know what he mumbles sometimes. Reminds me of Biden. When he says it's up to your local health department to make that decision, he's full of shit. He's lying. They make a decision he don't like and he finds out about it, he's coming down on him. Trust me. We've lived through it, haven't we, Doug?
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, all right, let's get off that one. Go to the next one. Got some other shit up your sleeve.
So cancel culture is now hit the higher level of education.
Kent State.
Our educators are they don't have anything better to do. So Penn State, listen to this. Penn State will stop using the words like freshman. No more of that. Or upper or lower classmen. And they will be changing them to what they say they're going to change them to.
First year, second year.
First year, second year.
An undergraduate and upper graduate. What's that getting changed to now?
And they're upper division and lower division. Isn't that cool?
What the fuck is the difference if you use graduate or division? Somebody explain this.
No. It was upper class men and lower class men.
So why don't you say upper class, lower class? Oh, you might. It's okay for the FDA to come out and say menthol cigarettes are getting banned because of poverty and lower class, but we can't say lower classmen and upper classmen.
And it was
it's
voted.
Like if you say the word queer, we're using slang words for gay. It's queer. You're queer, but we didn't say it. It's right in legislation through Congress and Senate. The word queer.
Listen, the university faculty senate voted 125 to 13 to approve the change. So if you go to Penn State, there are no freshmen or sophomores.
And you got 125 dumb son of bitches teaching and 13 smart ones.
Jesus.
Are you kidding me?
No. Those. Oh, okay. So the freshman sophomore is going to be they're going to be referred to as first year and second year. Because it's sexist if they use freshman.
You know what show's still on TV? Tom and Jerry.
Oh. Where are you going with that?
It's still. I watched it today. We're flipped through. My granddaughter said, "Oh, look, I want to watch this." I'm watching it now. When's that going? Because poor little, was a mouse. Jerry, he's a mouse. He's always getting shit kicked out of him. Always trying to catch him to eat him. Everything else. Is the cat picking on little people? Are they little people? What Lord forbid the seven little people that were scared. He let it go for Snow White. Let the prince come in and kiss her. He was asleep.
Yeah. The 7 smaller people.
Smaller people, right? Is that?
And I read something the other day where it is against any kind of policy or rule to use the word illegal alien in the Biden administration. You cannot use that term or you will be fired.
Well, they're non-documented residents.
Yeah. Yeah. Non-residents. That's what they're.
Non-residents. How can you be a fucking resident when you ain't even legal in the country? Moist.
Really?
Are you shitting me?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with moist? No, Sharon.
You got to take whatever.
Some bitch could have a bigger nut sack than most men, and guess what? It might have woke up today identifying as the female cat.
Yeah, if they know anything going on in the world, they will not be happy if you pick them because they're male or female.
Lions don't turn and look when a small dog is barking, but I bet you that small dog bites their nutsack, that motherfucker will look, won't he?
God. It's
seriously, they won't allow the word moist. I want to know the reason why.
Yeah, what? Now I gotta look this up.
Yeah, now you got them searching, Joe. Jeez, Pete's moist. What?
Moist means Slightly wet, damp, or humid.
Yeah.
Wet with tears.
Wet with
Rainy.
tears.
So what's wrong with that? Or should I go to a different dictionary? What's that dictionary called?
Well, it depends. Common Core dictionary or the regular dictionary, right?
Yeah.
So they're referring to cake. Margaret cake. Instead of saying this cake's moist. Oh, this cake is rather damp on the inside, and you know what? We all know what it's referring to, Doug. I just ain't gonna say it.
What? No, I have no idea.
I have to tell you off screen. Joe's probably fucking sitting there laughing his ass off
All
right
right.
now.
Hold on. I'm going to the new dictionary here. It's called Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. I know. I know a certain gender that hates that word.
What do you mean?
I'm not going there. You really trying to get us kicked off? I do good enough trying to get us kicked off. Song of the year. Yeah, go to the song of the year. Mark got it. Song of the year. We ain't ever gonna play that or even recite it again. It's a disgrace to the country. I can't believe they took you're not allowed to use. So what? What's the penalties? If I'm a senior in high school,
You get terminated in the Biden administration.
if I'm a senior in high school, listen, if I'm a senior in high school at Keystone High School, and they have cake that day, and I say to the teacher, hey, come here, try some of this cake. It's real moist. Now I'm referring to a piece of cake. How many people have you heard in your lifetime say, this cake's real moist? It's not dry. It's not wet. It's moist. Correct? How can you, what is Facebook? The Facebook police going to pop out of the cracks in the wall? Whoa. You're misinterpreting what he's saying. Are we?
Yeah, you need to say, that's right. You should say, hey, this is really fluffy.
Well, Lord forbid, people my weight and size. Oh, are you referring to something about my weight? I'm offended.
No, this cake is really fluffy.
It's fluffy. This cake's fluffy. It's fluffy.
Oh,
Better yet, say it's fluffy. Use the M word in it. Fluffy. Don't know what you're saying. Driving
muffly.
nuts. You didn't say moist.
This is muffly.
Moistly. Make up your own word. A lot of people do. Moistly.
When you were in school, did it bother you to be a freshman or an underclassman or an upperclassman?
Yeah, it bothered the hell out of me being a freshman and underclassman because all the other guys that were upperclassmen tried to whoop your ass to make an example out of you. When I became an upperclassman, I was happy. Nobody was trying to kick my ass no more.
So we should get rid of underclassmen so nobody knows that you are one.
No, they just show up to school one day. What are you?
I'm a me.
First year. Oh, okay. Shit, I thought you might have been a freshman. I was going to whoop your ass.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you know.
Penn State's doing that. Will others follow suit? I hope not.
You're absolutely right. They will. Guarantee the Big Ten now is going to go, oh, Penn State's doing it. We better do it. You know, it's going to be a domino effect. We're taking words out of our English language that you're not allowed to use. We're taking shows that have been on TV, Cinderella. I mean, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. We're taking them shows, taking them off because the prince kisses her while she's asleep. We're taking them off. We're having, you know, the group from San Francisco, Lord forbid, of all places. You know, we're what the fuck is going on? Don't we have a voice? Or no, we don't.
Well, I guess my question is, who's pushing all this? Is it the millennials? Is it the Gen X, Gen Z?
I don't even know what hell generation I am.
I think you're the baby boomer generation.
And shit.
kind of
You guys,
last of the old school.
You can laugh all you want, but these pictures going around of a little baby, a young 5-year-old taking a sip of his dad's beer or something. That was my generation.
Right.
You were a king shit. You get to get a sip of your dad's beer.
Right. Now that would offend somebody. You'd have children's services at your house.
Yeah. I mean, you went to parties. That's back when people had parties in the backyard. 4 or 5 families got together on a Friday, Saturday, whatever. It was nothing. It was nothing to see, Dad, can I have a sip? One sip, and that's all you're getting. Don't tell your mother. I mean,
Yep.
You're right. Somebody we can't go anywhere without, that's the next thing I want to talk about. Cell phones. Your cell phones, and somebody takes a picture of that, puts it on Facebook. Next thing you know, here comes children's services, and Lord forbid.
Right.
Tom, if that was the case, I'm going to call him, leave him 20 messages with 20 moist.
You used to get on your bike and just ride off. Now you have to get all dressed up and put on a helmet, knee pads, elbow pads, gloves, goggles.
A cup, because that girl might identify as a boy by the time she gets to downtown. But let's go real quick, because I brought up phone. I'm serious. You don't know. She left the house with Christine. By the time she gets downtown, she might be Chris.
I was sitting next to Christine yesterday.
Yes. Last night at the racetrack, I got very sentimental. I had feelings for a while. But anyways.
Over a drive shaft.
Over a drive shaft. Anyways.
And it wasn't missing, folks. It wasn't missing.
Yeah, we looked for it, though. 5 minutes.
Cried.
We laughed, we cried. We all became part of each other, but the drive shaft wasn't there. Anyways. Everybody's bitching about a chip. You see this shit with the magnets and shit. I tried it because I'm a dumbass. I tried it just laughing. Magnet never stuck.
And it got stuck, didn't it?
It stuck. And I was, everybody's bitching about a chip. They're not chipping me knowing where I'm going. They're not chipping me knowing. Listen, man. You're typing this dumb, right there. You're typing this dumb shit on your phone. You're talking on your phone. Everything else on your phone. It doesn't leave your back. You leave your phone at home. You go into a frickin' panic. Turn around, go back and get it and carry. There's your chip, dumbasses. Newsflash. They know everywhere you're at. They know what the hell you're saying. Everything. Call Matthews Ford, like I said before. Call Matthews Ford. Talk to one of the dealers about a Ford F-150 and keep talking to them. And tomorrow on your Facebook page, it'll flash up. F-150.
Yep.
Have a conversation. Me and Doug have had conversations on the phone, and the next day flashes up.
Yep. I had that happen.
Give me a break. You're worried about a chip? As you lose your phone and you go into a fucking panic because you can't find your phone for 20 minutes and ain't glued to your hip, and you're worried about a chip going in your arm? They know more about you on that phone. They're letting you worry about a chip going in your arm, so you keep that phone right on so you can talk about that chip.
I don't even know if I want to say this or not.
Oh, say it. Fuck it.
If we treated the Bible like we treat our cell phone,
we wouldn't have these problems.
Probably not.
But Lord forbid we talk about the Bible, religion, or anything.
Yeah, because now we're not qualified to give.
Yeah.
Biblical
it's okay.
information.
It's okay that we.
You are not ordained.
Yeah, we reported.
We do have somebody that we know is ordained. So
yes, we reported that Joe Biden, before his inauguration, went across the street to the Catholic Church and Mass and this, that, and the other. Went right across the street, and got sworn in, and 4 days later signed in executive orders and pushing for up to full-term abortions, along with giving money out. We've been giving money out through the whole world for abortions. But he can sit there and say he's hey, religion comes up. I'm Catholic. I can tell you this right now. I grew up Catholic. Last I knew, the Catholics were against abortion, Doug. So I don't want to hear about Joe Biden being a Christian either. There's another hypocritical comment. I'm a Christian. I'm Roman Catholic. You're shit too. I'm a fucking astronaut and I'm flying to the moon next week. I might as well say the same thing. It's a lie. If you were going by the rules, you wouldn't be for that.
You
Full
know,
term abortion, that's right up to a week or two before they're born.
you
That's
know,
murder.
he is so out of touch. He believes, and he said this, that the economy is thriving. That's why, the higher prices, because so many people are out buying stuff that the supply and demand. He is so out of touch, and
Tell anybody with 401ks in the stock market how much it's thriving the last couple.
it's bizarre.
You know, uh, and we put a man in office like this. Two things. I said it last week, and I'll say it again tonight. There's two things that should have scared the living, three things that should have scared the living shit out of you about this man right here. One, when he's in an auto worker plant in Detroit, up around Detroit, I don't know if it was in Flint or Detroit, somewhere up in Michigan, and he looks an iron worker right in the face and says, "I don't work for you." We misinterpreted that, remember? That was misinterpretation. He really didn't say that. No, he said, "I don't work for you." That should have set a bell off.
Those were the words that he used.
Yeah, two, when he point blank says, Constitutions and amendments of the United States are not absolute and can be changed. That should have scared the living shit out of you enough to scream and yell. And three, we the people is the government in his State of the Union address. If the other two things didn't wake you up, that should have smacked you right in the face.
I do agree with you.
I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's and we're going along with it, like it's you can bring that shit up right now to some people, and they're gonna, they're looking at passing another stimulus check to hand out. Really? Really? You're worried about a fucking another stimulus check when they got a couple bills that they're trying to push through on Capitol Hill right now? There's a reason why there's all the goddamn military sitting up there.
Look how fast we went from a democracy to next year socialism. We're not 100% there. We're probably about 80% of the way there.
We're getting there.
They listen. They got people that are banking on the government. That's exactly what they're doing.
This dumb son of a bitch's gonna. And I didn't say this. He said this, not me. That we shouldn't be eating beef like we are. We should only be eating 1-2 hamburgers a week, equivalent, and that's it of beef. Look it up, Doug.
What's going to happen to us?
Well, we can't eat beef because cows shitting too much and they're making too much methane that goes up in the air. Who started preaching that shit a year ago? Bill Gates. So he's buying all the farmland up. Research it, people. Doug's laughing because he knows I'm right. Research it. I can't make shit like this up. I wish I was this smart to start some kind of shit like this. Bill Gates believes we should be eating synthetic beef because cows shit too much, putting too much methane up in the air. He's buying up. Go look how much farmland he's bought up in the last few years. Take a look at it.
Let's talk about next week.
So who the fuck is Joe Biden? Tell me what are they going to have now? The burger police? What was that cartoon? The Hamburglar? What's the hamburger? Going to come busting in your house?
Right.
That's your third hamburger this week, Sonny. You got to give it up. 30 days in a hole. What are you in for? I eat 3 cheeseburgers in a week.
Right.
Yeah, you're in there with murderers. I eat 3 cheeseburgers. Oh, stay away from him, man. Come on. Who's going to police? Holy shit, I dropped my cigarette. Who's going to police that?
No.
All right, let's move on.
All right, let's talk about next week.
Got a good guest coming on, people. Real good guest. He's a little more outspoken than me.
I can put a link up if you want.
Yes, put a link up. I know I'm gonna butcher his name. He's gonna come on, probably rip my ass. There's a guy named
Is it Pukita?
Pukita. There's a guy named Mark Pukita. He's running for United States Senate. Now, he's a pretty cool dude. He's all about what we're talking in the chat room, not what just me and Doug and what you people all talk to people about. This kind of bullshit that's going on. It needs to stop. He's running for U.S. Senate from Ohio. If you research this guy, go to his Facebook page. Doug, you just put it up, didn't you?
I put up his website, but
Yeah, his website. Go to the Facebook page, like his page, and look at some of his posts. Unfortunately, the censorship guides got to him too. He can explain it next week. Twitter has banned him for 7 days here and there, and yanked, just like some of the other media outlets have yanked some of his posts. And now this guy, I just seen a picture, and I was talking to Mark, our announcer. This guy, they had a fundraiser for the Republican Party. Joe Blystone, there's somebody you guys want to watch. Joe Blystone, running for governor, a farmer. He's got momentum going too. Good old boy. That's what we need. And these guys went to this fundraiser. Mike DeWine and them. What? You know why? Because of COVID. Group gathering, COVID. Didn't that dumb son of a bitch just say, if you're vaccinated, you'd be all right?
Yeah.
He's vaccinated, right?
Yes.
So I'll let Mark Pukita, he's gonna come on next week. We're gonna have him as a guest. He agreed to it. We're gonna have him on this week, but it was kind of short notice. We figure we'll wait till next week, go over a lot of stuff. I mean, this will be interesting. When he's done, you guys are gonna love this guy. Now, some of you might not, but I will.
All right, let me put the.
I told him, I say, hey man, I says, I get it. You're running for U.S. Senate. I'll tone it down a little. I try not to drop. Oh hell no, you talk like you normally da. So we're gonna promote that this week. Make sure you go to his Facebook page, like his Facebook page. Go check him out. Guy's got some. He believes in common sense, and there isn't much common sense right now.
Yeah, spread the word. We need somebody in there that thinks like most of us here do.
Yeah, I mean, he's got common sense. He knows the virus is real, but the numbers wasn't. He's highly against what DeWine's done. This last half, it's terrible what he's done.
I'd like to hear what his thoughts are on our $5 million of money that
Yeah, big. He had I didn't get in. I was getting ready to get on a show. I was reading something where he placed a phone call, and they wouldn't give him, the other politician wouldn't give him his cell number he had to talk through to, and there's some bullshit went on, and he's about to bring it all out to light. And, oh yeah, man, this is my kind of guy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Perfect.
So make sure you tune in next week. We're gonna have him on, and pretty soon here, where DJ said he'd come on, DJ Swearingen, who I'll defend to the hilt. There ain't no great guy. We'll always defend him on this show. We'll always stand up for him, and we'll always push for him. He's been great for the businesses in Erie County, and our Ohio state congressman from this district. So, I mean, there's some good politicians out there. Problem is, they're getting far and few between. I mean, this party line bullshit. There's some Republicans up in the U.S. Congress and U.S. Senate, there's some Republicans that they might. I think they wear blue sweatshirts to the House. I mean, they're so wishy-washy up that and it don't matter to me. To me, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, or whatever. If you stand for what I feel is right, you got my vote. I don't care what party, But the problem is, your Democratic Party isn't Democratic no more. It should be totally renamed Progressive Democratic for a communist state. That's exactly what it should be named. And I know some old school Democrats that have passed away that are rolling in their graves right now. All this shit going on, they're just rolling in their graves. And I never thought in a million years I did not like Ronald Reagan. I know as a kid I still didn't like him, but I never thought I'd agree with him on anything in a million years. He called this. He said it was going to come sooner or later. This party would turn this way and do this. And unfortunately, here we are.
He was my commander-in-chief.
Yeah, and they're going to try. Listen, people, write your congressmen, U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, write them religiously, call them. Mike McDonald says he calls that one congressman Gonzalez. Is that his name? Gonzalez.
From where?
From up Strongsville. Mike calls him every morning. This guy won't return calls, and he's done some shit. Yes, he calls him every morning. So, well, Mark, there you go. He did better than I thought. But write these people, because I'm going to tell you, the most important bill that they're trying to push through in my eyes isn't the gun bill. This is the voter bill that they're trying to push through. Pay attention. 16-year-olds, what do they call them? Non-residents or?
Yeah, non-resident.
Non-residents. They're not even documented. How the hell do we know how long they've been in this country?
That's why they're not. They're non-residents.
Right, and they're going to vote.
Yeah, absolutely.
Federal will take control of all the state voting. Federal will take control of it. State won't control it no more. That's communist in its own right there. It's against constitutions of every state. Take a look. What's that county? Sheriff Joe out in Phoenix.
Maricopa
County. You guys start looking what's going on out there right now. Right now, go research this. Maricopa County. Republicans went in, took it into court with the Dominion voting machines. It was said Dominion voting machines, when they're going through Trump, it was changing them as it's going through. Conveniently, the supercomputer that would have audited them machines got blown up Christmas Day by a disgruntled employee, of AT&T, blew the AT&T. Remember that Christmas Day?
Yeah, didn't hear no more about that either.
Yeah, it's the fastest DNA ever. 24 hours, they had DNA. The guy, named him. But look at that county. The Arizona Supreme Court has subpoenaed the routers for them computer voting. They are refusing to give them up. They are not giving them up. Pay attention to that. The media is not going to cover that. They don't want no part of that going out in the public. Pay attention to what's going on in Arizona, because that's going to be the start. That's going to be the start right there. When they get these routers, if they get them, you're going to see a lot of shit hit the fan. It's just going to be a snowball effect. We'll have more problems to worry about than stimulus checks.
Yeah, really.
Just pay attention. Quit worrying about stimulus money. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're gonna pay my grandbabies at a year, almost 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, and 7, 8 years old. I already have $17,000 debt on top of their head from the last stimulus bill that went through at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, imagine that, Greg. How'd they get wiped out? I'm telling you, if you're going to talk about anything that goes on in this country, civil or anything that starts at Arizona, what's going on with these Dominion leaders for voting is going to be the place where it starts. It's going to start over that. That and the voter bill. Pay attention. Write your congressmen, write your senators, call them. That bill can't go through. It's not right. And not being funny, some of these kids were eating Tide Pods a year ago, thinking it was funny. Now we're going to let them vote. Some bitches don't even know a bathroom to go into. They don't, they're just getting a driver's license. They ain't even out of high school. We're still teaching them. We're supposed to still be teaching them American history. We're going to let them vote. Any 16-year-old kid sitting in school looking at what Biden's doing, he's giving us free money. He's giving us this. Here's a question. All you kids, when I say kids, 18, 19, 20 right now, that voted for Biden because he was going to relieve student tuition, student loan debt for tuition. What do you say about that, Doug? Well, we can't do that right now.
Right.
After he's in, you voted for him. Just like
Right.
Black Lives Matter and Antifa. He right with them. We need police reform. We need police reform. You're right. You vote for me, you'll get police reform. Then sits him down. He ain't even sworn in yet after he's elected and says, I can't do that.
Okay,
Can't rule by executive order for you, dictator.
I got some numbers for you. U.S. border.
All right, here we go.
In
Yes.
2020, what happens is they document every encounter they have. So I'm doing encounters. This isn't the people who snuck through and didn't get found or whatever. In 2020, we had 17,106.
How many?
17,106.
How many have we had in 2021?
178,622.
He's got an answer to the border, though. And what do they say about it?
They're being overrun. There's no way they can keep up with it.
We invited him in.
Listen, here, I listened to this on the way home too. Nobody's afraid of Joe Biden. Nobody could give a shit less what he says. He gets on TV and he gives that, I don't know, that attitude of we're gonna do this and we gotta do that. Nobody gives a shit what he says. Nobody nowhere gives a shit about anything that he says. Putin does not care if he says a damn thing. Does
Rocket
not
Man
care.
don't either. Rocket Man started firing rockets again.
Nobody cares. He's weak. He's real laid back to respond to anything. It takes him days to respond. And look like right here. Mexico put their own military at the border to try to help get it stopped. We're doing nothing. We're doing absolutely nothing.
Listen, they said they had thousands of people marching through. Remember, marching through Mexico, heading to the border.
Yeah.
And what that administration said was, these people are in poverty. They're in need. They're being treated terrible.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they in poverty carrying cell phones, video, and shit? And let me ask you another question. If they're marching for so many days on foot, sleeping in the streets, where the fuck are they? Where are they charging their cell phone?
Good question.
I'm serious.
It's a good question.
You go a whole day without charging your cell phone. Get up tomorrow morning and start making calls, and all of a sudden you're getting a warning. Battery low, 10%.
Yeah.
These people are supposedly walking for what, 10, 15 days, Doug? You ever take a look at them? when they were showing pictures. This is how stupid the media is, or how stupid we are. They got cell phones, they're videoing, they're talking on their cell phones, and they're clean. You march 15 days in a white shirt, sleeping in the streets. One, you're pretty damn stinky. Who the hell wants to get next to you? Two, that shirt ain't white no more. But they're clean. When they're getting the border, you ever notice that? They're clean, they're on the phones, everything. You just march 15 days, dumbass. How the hell you got a full charge, 100% on your phone? What, I don't get it. What is there? In Mexico, do they got ports? You can stop beside the street. Oh, there's a port. Plug my phone in.
Right.
Sorry, folks, I'll catch up with you in 2 hours. This is a fast charging one here, but
a solar recharge.
would they put showers up for them, Doug? Laundromats?
The 178,622 encounters that they had in April breaks a 20-year record.
Who's president 20 years
them
ago?
two simpletons haven't even been down there to look at it to figure out if there is anything that can be done.
They're not going down there.
No. And you know why?
Because they got to address the problem months ago.
Exactly.
Our media isn't even allowed there except for one media outlet. Remember that one, people?
Yes. Yeah.
So, as you say, when Trump said certain people weren't allowed to his press conference, oh, that's media censorship. But not one goddamn person's crying out loud about Biden saying, none of you guys are going down there, period. You're locked out. You're banned from it. Only this group is going, and that's it. That's media censorship. Where's CNN crying about that?
And by the way, that number is only the southwest border. That's not any place else in the U.S. We should be able to get all of our jobs filled.
Building a goddamn wall.
Yeah, we should.
Hell, we're so stupid as a country now, though. In this administration, they'll be walking across the line and we'll say, "You want a job?" Right here.
Right.
They'll look at it.
Build the wall.
They're going to look at us
on that side and build it.
Hell no, we ain't working. You'll give us more per hour than working.
Right. Don't we get a stimulus check for coming
over?
Yeah,
hey, we come over here.
And when's voting? I'm ready to vote.
Yeah, yeah. Watch what happens in November. Watch what happens in November. You know, you think that number is high? Holy shit! But what did we do with them? Did we send them back?
The 178 that we caught. If you were a child under 18 or under, we kept you. If you were over 18, I'm pretty sure they sent them back. There was one thing that I forget which ones they sent back and which ones they kept, but there were some that they kept too.
But let's go back a month ago when it was getting heated up about the border.
When there was only 173,000 that came through?
Biden administration said, we're reuniting families from when Trump had them things.
Oh, that's nice.
Fucking morons.
That's
all right, Doug. We might as well wrap up, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, listen, people, we ain't shit. Podcast show. It's fucked with once in a while from Facebook and YouTube. Whatever.
Yeah, we stir them up every once in a while.
I mean, but listen, don't believe us? Go research what we talked about. Go research a voter bill. Worrying about a stimulus check, start researching some of the shit they're trying to push through and what they're doing. It'll open your eyes. I mean, come on here 3 months from now and say, well, we told you back then they were going to try to push this goddamn bill through. They hand a stimulus check and 11 o'clock on a Friday night, the bill went, 1 in the morning, Saturday morning, bill went through, and 11 o'clock, Senate pushed it through.
And you got other things going on that we didn't even get to tonight, but there's bills being signed while all this other stuff's got everybody diverted.
Yeah, and
where's Nino?
Nino Vital.
Where is he?
He ain't watching us.
He what?
Where's Nino?
Yeah.
Should I get a shirt made? Where's Nino?
Yeah, along with the lion one.
Lion one. With Milo Got the lion's
the
balls
back.
in his mouth and the back. All right, people. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Stay safe and God bless America.
See ya.